Are you ready to make the shift? Have you been looking at your life, your current situation, and know that it's the time to become the version of you that you were meant to be? If so, this is going to be the episode for you because we're going to talk about the mindset shift that you can make to make it a reality. My name is Henry, and welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. I'm so thankful to have you here for this episode because this is going to be a powerful one where you can align your mindset and get into that positive energy. And I'm going to ask you to stay tuned to the very end. I don't do this very often, but I'm going to have an update on what's going on with the podcast and some shifts that are coming that I'm really excited to share with you. So that will be at the very end of the show. Well, before we get started in this message, we're going to take some deep healing meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And you're going to take a deep breath in, and as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. All right, well, we're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you were surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So I've said this before, and that's that perspective will set you free. You see, if you're in a certain energy or frequency that you want to change because you want to change your experience, you need to be freed from what that is. You need to be freed from that energy. How do you do that? You see, you are an observer and creator of your experience. So what you observe, you create more of. So if you can change what you observe, it makes sense that you would change the experience that you are creating for yourself. How do you change your perspective? Well, gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to do it, but we're going to talk about it in a little bit of a different way that might give you a perspective that can be helpful and fulfilling and energizing and empowering. So normally, when people say what they're thankful for, when they practice gratitude, maybe it's Thanksgiving or something like that, they think about all the things that they're thankful for up until that point. Maybe they're thankful for family, friends, health, whatever it is, things in the past. And when we tap into those things, we feel good. That's why we practice gratitude. Well, there's depths to gratitude and how you can actually make it apply to you. You see, everything is energy. And when you surface level say something, you're only getting the surface level energy. But when you truly reflect, when you think about that one event, whatever it is, maybe you went to this concert and you had saved up all this money to go to this concert. And this was a few years ago, and you went to it and it was this great experience. When you want to practice gratitude for it, you think about that day. You think about all the hard work it took to save up the money. You think about the car ride to the concert. You think about getting in your seats. You think about waiting for the performers to come on and they perform and you just feel the energy. You feel the hair standing up on your body. You connect with that energy. When you do that, you bring that frequency within you. But what you did is you shifted your perspective. You see, at that moment, when you're spending that time connecting, You're not focusing on your life. You're not focusing on what's in front of you. You're focusing on a single event. That's shifting your perspective. Well, here is the next step to that. You see, we can look backwards and say what we're thankful for and bring that energy. But if you want to create something going forward, if there's a new event, a new experience that you wish to receive, you need to practice gratitude from your future self. You see, there's this future version of you that you can create in your mind. It could have a certain look, a certain build, certain finances, a certain house, certain people around, whatever it is. This is what you aspire to be. Whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the road, this future you is your magnet, meaning this is what is going to pull you forward. And here's how. Once you've created this future you need to spend time in that vision. Whether it's in the morning when you do a morning meditation, throughout the day, try to do it all day, really. That's what I do. Anytime I can spare an extra thought or grab my attention for just a moment, I try to go to that future self and spend time in that day, riding in that car, doing whatever business things I'm doing, spending time with my family, looking a certain way, because it's all about health, wealth, and happiness. Those are the core things that I focus on. And so you spend time in that. But what you can do is you can practice gratitude to help you through what you're going through now. You see, this future version of you that you want to create has to go through whatever you're struggling with now. Whatever you're struggling with at this moment is part of the creation of future you. Whether it's a job that's not working, maybe the people you work with are tough, maybe financially it's not there, maybe it's a relationship that's bringing you down. It could be a friend, a family member, a spouse, whatever it is. It could be your current health situation. Whatever you're going through right now is the path to your higher self when you create it. It is something that adds value, because going through this difficult thing will create the positive you in the future. So what you can do is start thinking in this future self, spending time in that perfect day. And by perfect day, it's not a vacation. It's not when you win the lottery. It's none of those things. It's a regular day in the future that would be perfect, meaning all things are in alignment with you. Your mindset is aligned with love, happiness, joy. You are waking up proud because of what you do day in and day out to reinforce who you are. The people that are around you, the environment that you've created, those are all secondary to the you that you've generated, that you've made a reality. So you spend time in that future version of you, and then what you do is you start practicing gratitude from the future to now. Meaning you think of yourself in that future place, you transport back to now in the difficulty, and you start saying positive things about the difficult things that you're going through, because those created you. You get to write the story. Whatever it is that you're going through that is difficult, view it from the angle as the version of you that's already completed it. View it from a higher level, a positive perspective. The first time you do this, it's not going to change your life, but the more you do it, the more you'll start receiving the changes. Because we don't actually see anything in life, we only perceive it. Meaning, how you're seeing things now from your current state might be difficult. But if you view them from your future self, you can see the good. You can see the positive outcome that can happen from what it is that you're going through, because you are going to make it. You are the observer and creator of your experience. So change your perspective so that you can observe it from a different angle, so you can create a different outcome. It's really that simple. It's about becoming what it is that you think you can become. Not trying to make your way, not trying to work your way through a path, not trying to build yourself up, just become. When you simply focus on becoming, it's that easy. And what you are is your frequency. You're not your thoughts, you're not your body, you're not your status, you're not your job, you're none of those things. You are the observer of all of it. All you have is how you feel. How you feel within is what truly matters. What's the point of having money if you feel empty within? What's the point of having all the good looks if you feel empty and lost within? There isn't. I would much rather have internal peace, love, joy, and satisfaction than anything external. But what we're creating is a person that lives in a material world. So you're creating the person you want to give to everybody that's full of light, full of love, living in this future self, and then experiencing abundantly how you desire. It's that simple. There's so much abundance in this world. If you want to create a more positive experience, become the most healed, loving, forgiving version of yourself and give that person away every single day. Live abundantly so that you can give abundantly. That's the goal. So build your higher self up. Spend time in it. You have to practice that practice. That's what it is. You have to practice the practice of being in that future self. Once you get comfortable with that, reflect to what you're going through now with a positive point of view. Use gratitude, which is the process of connecting to the frequency that you desire, a high level frequency, and bring it within your future self. What you'll start to do is love the hurt, the pain, the struggle that you're going through because you know what's on the other end. It's that simple. Once you love the journey, the hurt goes away. Once you can have inner peace in the process, the pain goes away. It doesn't mean you won't have bad days. It doesn't mean you won't be sad or hurt some of the time. It just means you will be right within. When you're right within, you're able to just observe and create. It's that simple. Life is meant to be unique. It's meant to have ups and downs, challenges, heartaches, hurt, pain, because it's all happening for you to grow. And anytime there's an absence of love, which is always in the difficulty, you get the opportunity to create it. When you can create love in the absence of it, in the darkness and the hurt and the pain, you understand it more than you could ever in any other outcome, in any other way. That's beautiful. That's what you take with you, and that's how you become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on what you can do to make a shift in your life. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok and Facebook group all down below. And if you listen to this episode and you're thinking to yourself, you're ready to level up, you want to expedite it, you want to work with somebody, this is what I do. I'm a coach. I help people with their mindset. I help you tap into that positive frequency so no matter what you're going through, we can make the shift. If you're looking for a one-on-one for yourself, I have that. And if you're in business, if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, I have an option for that as well. That is the Zone of Genius program. We do the same thing, but it's for business owners. It's really for tapping into that vision that you use to create your business, building the mindset, which is your core values in the business. So that way every single employee is focused and moving in the right direction. And then we'll make sure that from top to bottom, the duties and actions of every single employee is in alignment to move forward and reinforce and maybe recreate the vision that you had for your company. If you're interested in either one of those programs, you can reach out to me on Instagram or there's a link down below. If you fill that out, I will reach out to you directly and we can talk about a program that's right for you. Now, thank you for listening all the way through. Here is the update. I've been doing the Positive Mindset podcast pretty much every day for a long time. There's been times where I was doing 2 episodes a day. There was times where I was doing an episode 7 days a week. And then there was a time where I stepped back a little bit and I was doing, I think, 3 a week. So there's been lots of changes. But ultimately, when I truly committed to this podcast back in 2020, my vision was enhancing my mindset, was growing in the positive frequency so that I could grow myself. That was the focus. Now it has expanded to sharing my thoughts, to sharing this process so that other people can do the same. Well, now the next level expansion has happened. It originally started as a new podcast called Unlock Your Abundance. Now, when I made that podcast, I committed to doing an episode every single weekday, just like this one, because I really wanted to tap into the abundance energy, just as I did the positive mindset. And so in doing that, I learned and unlocked so much about how everything works, about how we can become whatever it is that we desire. And although I'm still on that path, the journey is bright ahead. And so what I'm going to be doing is all of those episodes that were on that other channel are going to come over to this one. I'm going to be doing an episode every single day on the Positive Mindset podcast. So instead of doing 5 days a week like I have been, there's going to be 7 episodes a week. I love the connection with people, and I know people really enjoy this podcast, and they like having something to tune into. So that's going to be the shift. There will be no new episodes on the Unlock Your Abundance podcast. It was just spreading me too thin. And with that extra time, I'm going to be able to take on more clients, which I love to do, and I'm so thankful for everybody that has started to work with me. But I've also developed with a friend of mine a new group This is called the Fundamental Freedoms Community. The focus of that is going to be working on health, wealth, and happiness. He is someone that is successful in the wholesaling business. And so I approached him on how can we do something? How can we make something for the people that maybe aren't ready for one-on-one? Maybe it's not the financial fit, but still want to grow, still want to change their lives. So we developed a program that's 90 minutes a day. It's 45 minutes working on your business, 30 minutes working on your health, and then 15 minutes on your mindset. So just 90 minutes a day, making that shift. So the learnings and the teachings that I do here will be brought into that community. With the extra time and not doing the 2 shows, I will be able to make more content for that community. And then for somebody that wants to explore and find different ways to expand, it's a great place to start. Of course, one-on-one will always be your best option, but if that's not the right fit for you, this community will be the next thing. And so I'm so excited for the growth. I'm so excited to try something new. I have a vision of expanding it because if you listen for a while, you know that my main goal is building brick and mortar locations that are half gym, half healing centers because I love what we do on the podcast, but I want a place for people to go. I know that life is hard, and when you have an outlet that you can go to that takes away that stress for just a minute, where you could stop every single day for healing energy, could be an absolute game changer. And so that's my mission to get there. And this community, I hope, will help build it. So if you're interested in the community, you can message me directly. Instagram would be the best way for that. And I will give you some information about that. It is open now. We decided to go ahead and open it. It's not perfect, but we are doing a discount on it since it's still coming together. The content is still good. We're still building everything. And of course, we're going to have a live in there each week, really breaking everything down. So if you want to join that or you have questions, you can reach out to me on Instagram. Well, anyway, thank you so much for everything. The Unlock Your Abundance channel is up for now. What I'll be doing is I'll be slowly taking episodes off there and uploading them on the weekend here. So Saturday and Sunday, we'll get episodes from there. Once all of those have moved, I will just do new Positive Mindset podcast episodes 7 days a week. So that way there's content for you every single day and you can tune in and we can connect whenever you need. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day and I can't wait to talk to you next time.